Welcome to Ravings of a Lunatic with Kris Jobson, where we uncover truths hiding in plain sight, where we dive into our blind spot to reveal the obvious, and where illusions vanish when we dare to face our fear. During our time together today, I will introduce to you at certain points some dynamic affirmations that will help you set bold, empowering, and positive new intentions. While towards the end of today's episode, I invite you to join me as I guide you through a powerful declaration to strengthen these affirmations in your mind, your body, and your vibration. Welcome to episode 2, The Power of Change, Part 2, How to Use Change to Transform Your Life. In the last episode, we ended with a specific question. How do you resist change in your life? Well, let's take a look at 3 major ways you resist change. Resistance to change number 1, you refuse it. Why would you refuse change? Because you're in a stage in your life that has become a predictable routine, and you like that routine. But there comes a time when you have gathered all the wisdom, all the soul food that stage can offer you, and you must move to the next stage for your own physical and mental health, for your own benefit and expansion. That is when the fear sets in, because you have become attached to that stage you have built. You think, this is my thing. I built this routine. I built this stage I'm in my life right now. And that is true, but you have become so attached to this routine that you don't know yourself without it. So you hold on to it even when it is not good for you anymore. There is a new and improved you trying to come through, but all these attachments are getting in the way. I'm attached to this way of expressing myself. I'm attached to this person. I'm attached to this relationship, to this place, to this house. I'm attached. Well, through your attachment, you become stuck because you've given your power away. Your attachment is saying that this thing you're attached to, you need to hold on to it because you are not enough without it. That mindset is self-defeating and disempowering. You give that thing all the value while you take value away from yourself. Or at least that's the lie you're believing in. This is how you give your power away. That thing you're attached to is your creation. You added that creation to your life. You can take that creation away from your life if you so choose. You have the power, not that thing, not that person, not that habit. So if you are attached to something, it means you've given your power away without acknowledging the truth of the matter, that you have the power. You have just chosen to pretend that some outside thing has your power, but it cannot because it has no power of its own. It can only use your power through the importance you give it in your life. When you take back the importance you have given it, you take back your power, so that thing loses its value in your life. So what's your best move? To truly know yourself. Know who and what you are, and all the self-defeating beliefs, unhealthy habits, and unnecessary attachments will start to reveal themselves to you. And you can release them one by one. You are not the things you're attached to. You are the one who can attach to them or detach from them whenever you choose. Turn your gaze back on your inner self and put your power on the inside of you where it belongs. And no longer invest that power in outside things. And the power I'm referring to here is the value, the importance, the energy, and the focus that you possess within you that you can use purposefully to be solid in yourself. You can engage with outside things, but from your place of inner power. If change is calling you and you refuse it out of being attached to where you are right now, then you are in love with a no-growth zone. And you must understand why you're in love with a no-growth zone. There must be some person, some pattern, something in this no-growth zone that you have attached your power to, and you must take it back. That power is a literal piece of you, a part of your energy that you have placed inside another, inside something else outside of you. And so you're not attached to what you think you're attached to. You're attached to the piece of you that you have placed in them. And that piece of your energy does not belong in them. It must return to its source, which is you. So naturally, you don't want to let go of a piece of yourself. So you hold on to that person or situation even when it's hurting you because you are holding on to the piece of you in them. You do not have to break yourself into pieces and attach those pieces to things that you love. That is not how true love works. Giving your love to others does not mean you lose pieces of yourself. You can love that person or a situation while you remain whole and solid in your own energy. That is the healthy way to love. You can only give to others what you already have within you to give. So give yourself that love. And when you do, you will see how overflowing you will be of true love to give to others. Now realize this. True love, however, would not want you to remain in a space that doesn't serve you. If change is calling, it's calling you to your betterment because the place you're in no longer serves you. What person, what thing that you love, that loves you back in return and is healthy for you, is going to prevent you from growing and moving to your next highest level? True love would not hold you back, but control and codependency would. So if something or someone is holding you back, maybe there is some control and codependency entangled in that relationship, and change has come to tell you it's time to let it go. The power lies in your hands. That thing you're holding on to will never truly have power. It only has the power you give it. Without your power, it fades and vanishes from your life. The question is, will you recognize this truth and take back your power from all the places where you have given it away? Will you reclaim all the pieces of yourself that you have given to people and situations in your life? Bring those pieces back to you and finally be whole in your energy. In life, you create many routines, many relationships and habits, and sometimes they grow and expand with you as you move to your next level. And yet, there are times when you cannot take them with you. Repeat this affirmation with me. Affirmation. I reclaim all the pieces of me that I have willingly and unwillingly given away. I take back my power. I know in order for me to be my full, authentic self, I must be whole and complete within myself. I can share my love with others while I maintain and respect my personal power. End of affirmation. This affirmation gives you the permission to stand in your own power, to reclaim your sovereignty and your authority to be your fully empowered self. Change has come to make you speak differently, see differently, understand differently, and radiate out a higher level of you that can heal your family, heal the world. Everyone is on their own journey. There is no one way to approach change that is right. I, for example, am the guy who enjoys hearing the whispers. I love to see and receive the signs guiding me here and there. I saw that sign. I heard it in that dream, in that song. Wherever the signs come from, I am excited by the whispers because I love to be conscious of how my life and my reality is communicating with me in every moment, every day, all the time. When change sends me a sign, I get it and I'm on it. That's exciting for me. No, not all change is a complete life change. There are micro changes that do come too, but I embrace them all. That has become a fun way that I move towards growth in my life. I go with change, joyfully. But for those of you who don't want to play with the whispers, then change will talk to you in a different way. It will find a way that you eventually will respond to. Are you the person that only responds to hardship? Pain is the only thing that can get your full attention? For you to learn, there has to be a fight and a struggle first? If so, then change will use that path to get through to you. But know that you have set it up that way. If discomfort is your preferred tool, then that is okay too. Discomfort serves a purpose. It can be a springboard that propels you to make the shift. However, understand that discomfort only comes when you do not listen to the whispers. So if you are experiencing discomfort and that is not how you prefer to learn and grow, that means that you are ignoring the whispers or resisting them in some way, and discomfort is the only way they can get through to you. So look at the areas in your life where you're experiencing this discomfort and realize that in those areas, you must become more aware. Here's a question for you. Are you the person that goes towards growth only out of pain? Or are you the person that goes towards growth out of the joy of becoming more? Change will either call you through excitement and inspiration, or it will force you through discomfort and pain. It all depends on you. Repeat this affirmation with me. Affirmation. I embrace change as it guides me to more of who I am meant to be. End of affirmation. This affirmation allows you to shift your attitude towards change, opening you up to accessing more of your potential. Resistance to change number 2. You resist change out of fear of the unknown. Now, our minds can run wild when we are faced with the unknown. We conjure up crazy scenarios that would most likely never happen to us. But just as the unknown could bring scary things, it could also bring you new and beautiful experiences too. Maybe experiences beyond your wildest dreams are in the unknown waiting for you to let them in. The question is, though, are you the person who has become accustomed to expecting the worst? Where does your loyalty lie? In believing the negative is more possible, more real than the positive? Do you completely trust the bad and have no trust in the good? Well, what you trust is what you feed, and what you feed grows and shows up in your life. Until you fix this misplaced trust in the worst happening, you will be stuck in an old pattern, creating a life that you don't like. How much trust do you put in the good stuff happening? Look, everything is in the unknown. Things to fear and things to be happy about, like dreams coming true. So if I resist the change that is calling me because of my fear of the unknown, I deny myself the beautiful things that are in the unknown for me. Maybe the very things I have been trying so hard to manifest. Life propels us all to become more, not less. When change calls, it's an opportunity to become more than we have ever been. It is the resistance to change that can make you spiral downwards and hit rock bottom. You hit rock bottom when you have overstayed your welcome in a certain stage in your life, a stage that no longer feeds you, but feeds on you until you don't even recognize yourself anymore. So when change calls, trust it and go. You're due an upgrade in your life and it is finally here. Choose it, claim it, receive it. Look around at your life. How do you respond to change that shows up? If resistance is your automatic response, then it's time to shift that pattern within you. Like I said before, discomfort can be a good teacher. It can be a good incentive for you to move your ass. But discomfort is a sure sign that change has already been trying to get your attention for a while now. Will you listen? Cultivate a healthy rapport with change and it will become solid within you. You will need this superpower at every crossroad in your life. Use this affirmation if resistance is your automatic response to anything new that comes your way. Affirmation. Resistance weakens my ability to respond at my best. I am learning how resistance shows up in my thoughts, my words, and my actions. I am thankful. End of affirmation. This affirmation helps you build awareness of your resistance to opportunities that arise for you. The more you learn about yourself, the more you are able to make high-level choices that can transform your life. Resistance to change number 3. You resist change by avoiding it. You do this especially when the call is to change something within you, an internal change. This could be a change in the way you perceive yourself and situations, a change in what you believe to be true, a change in how you express yourself, a change in the habits and behavior that you call you. Maybe these need an upgrade or to be transformed completely. The reason why you'd want to avoid that kind of internal change is because it may suggest to you that something is wrong with you, that you're flawed. But why is it so terrible to accept that maybe you do have flaws and maybe you were wrong? All of us, everyone has flaws. And everybody's wrong about something at some point. That's okay. That's a part of life. Your self-worth is not based on your flaws. It is based on your self-love. And your self-love is also not dependent on whether you are flawed today or perfect tomorrow. Those are just part of the ups and downs of growing and evolving as a person. Your self-love comes from the unconditional love you give to yourself no matter what. Self-love is a gift you give to yourself, whether you hit the mark today or not. But because I have this self-love, I can accept that I do have flaws and imperfections. Yes, with this love for myself, I accept my flaws so I can transform them. My love for myself gives me the power to do that. I love myself enough to improve myself, to see my issues and say, whoa, that does not work. How do I fix this? With my self-love, I am open to improvement and I know I am not stuck. I can always choose a better, higher choice than the one before. I can always move to a better place, a better me, and maybe a better outcome or situation. This is how we use self-love to grow. You only avoid this internal change when you have not tapped into the true source of your self-love and self-worth. I will help you navigate this issue of self-love in the upcoming episodes. But for now, repeat this affirmation with me. Affirmation. My love for myself does not depend on anyone or anything else. It depends only on me. End of affirmation. This affirmation puts the power back in your hands to create the sacred space to be your own champion. Instead of avoiding certain parts of yourself, realize that they are just habits you have created, habits you can change. Who is the true you? You are pure consciousness that can take on a belief and take off a belief, that can take on a behavior and take off a behavior. Just like clothes you put on and clothes you take off, you are the one who decides. It is time to commit to a new rapport with change. Commit to understanding and seeing yourself as the person who can embrace change, because change will take you to your best self. That is its purpose in your life. Allow it to give you this gift. Shortly, I will take you through a powerful guided declaration where you can ground all of today's affirmations deep within your mind, your body, and your vibration. But first, let me share something with you. For every challenge and situation you face, for every trauma you've lived that has affected you in some way, there are methods and techniques to not only heal and overcome these difficulties, but to learn and grow from them, transforming yourself into better and better versions as you move through your life. These are specific methods and techniques that I have made available through the books and courses that I have created. I have written 4 books on mindfulness and self-worth that are available on Amazon. Each book guides you through a 60-day journey to self-development. In addition, I have a 21-day online course of video lessons, worksheets, meditations, affirmations, journaling, and much more that dives into developing self-love, building self-confidence, and positive boundaries. Both the books and the course use a method I have created that provides a deep dive into self to investigate what truly makes you tick and give you the insights, the knowledge, and discovery you need to transform yourself from the inside out. Just as there's a strategy and technique to play the piano, to be a lawyer, to be a doctor, there is a strategy and technique for you to be in your self-mastery, for you to understand and know yourself, so when issues arise, you are ready and equipped to handle them. You can find all this material at ravingsoflunatic.com. Now, please repeat this personal declaration with me. This is a mantra, a vow to yourself that allows you to step into your potential. Within this declaration, you will find the series of affirmations that we have done in this episode to allow you to absorb them deep in your mind, your body, and your vibration. I will repeat each affirmation 2 times. Be present. Be focused and alert as you repeat this declaration. Let's begin. My personal declaration. This is my quiet time with myself. My private safe space to open up and be completely honest, supportive, yet firm with myself. In this space, I will not judge myself. I will be my very own best friend. Here is where I cultivate positive new habits, where I build empowering new beliefs, and where I give myself permission to transform into the next best version of me. I know there may be moments where I may feel resistance to this journey, but I am willing to commit to this practice out of love and respect for myself. This is how I grow from joy to joy and from power to power. I am ready to be the best version of myself, and I give myself the opportunity to do so now by allowing the following affirmations to sink deep within my mind, my body, and my vibration. Affirmation number 1. Resistance weakens my ability to respond at my best. I am learning how resistance shows up in my thoughts, my words, and my actions. I am thankful. End of affirmation. Now once again, resistance weakens my ability to respond at my best. I am learning how resistance shows up in my thoughts, my words, and my actions. I am thankful. Affirmation number 2. My love for myself does not depend on anyone or anything else. It depends only on me. End of affirmation. And again, my love for myself does not depend on anyone or anything else. It depends only on me. Affirmation number 3. I reclaim all the pieces of me that I have willingly and unwillingly given away. I take back my power. I know in order for me to be my full, authentic self, I must be whole and complete within myself. I can share my love with others while I maintain and respect my personal power. End of affirmation. And again, I reclaim all the pieces of me that I have willingly and unwillingly given away. I take back my power. I know in order for me to be my full, authentic self, I must be whole and complete within myself. I can share my love with others while I respect and maintain my personal power. Affirmation number 4. I embrace change as it guides me to more of who I am meant to be. End of affirmation. And one more time. I embrace change as it guides me to more of who I am meant to be. End of declaration. This podcast is created to help each of us to become an expert on ourselves and to become the person we know we can be. Here's a suggestion for how you can best utilize this podcast. You can use it as a practice, as your personal transformation practice. You can create a Ravings of a Lunatic journal of your own where you write down the questions I ask you and allow yourself to answer them fully. This will be your journal for you to know more of who you are, to understand yourself on a deeper level, and to step into the next best version of you. You can also write down any quotes or parts of the episode that connect with you. I do this practice myself, and it has proven to serve me well. If this resonates with you, go ahead and give it a try. Thank you for being here with me today. Please join me next week, Thursday, for our next episode.